Checking, folks. Back with another reaction, back with some more Heaven 17 as we continue through Pleasure 1, 1986. And indeed, shout out to Steve and others who've commented on the Heaven 17 journey. And I get it, this album doesn't seem to be most people's favorites, but given that I've been going through their catalog in chronological order, and given that I got my hands on this album, I figure we'll just go through it. But yes, the second track on Pleasure 1, 1986 is Trouble. So, I mean, it's a single word title. Obviously, trouble, if taken at face value, means potential danger, or that there is volatility, unpredictability, mischief perhaps, maybe even destruction. So, yeah, it's the kind of term that is sometimes used in a more positive or at least nuanced way, like, oh, he's trouble. But you actually mean that in a way that, like, you know, he's a fun time, or like, it's cool to be around him because you never know what's going to happen. It can be something that's not used as literally or straight away as it may sound. But I don't know, I guess if I'm inclined to hypothesize, it's that maybe trouble here is more of a dangerous or uncertain nature. Either way, there's no additional context in the title, so let's just give it a listen. This is Heaven 17, the song is Trouble, and it's the second tune on Pleasure 1, 1986.
I'm in a place where nothing ever happens. I'll try one day to walk away, but for now I'll hang around. I am a fool, without exception. I break every rule, but I never break away. Trouble, trouble, it's walking my way. I feel it moving closer day after day. Trouble, trouble, I'm talking to you. It's getting hot in here, but what can I do? Sometime, someplace, I'll make it happen. Yours is the face to help me set this time ablaze. I've always thought there's no protection. You walk through the door, and I never want for more. Trouble, trouble, again and again. It's not so simple, and I never know when. Trouble, trouble, for me and for you. The trouble's double now, we're fighting for two. We'll take this place, we'll make it happen. We'll leave them behind, we'll leave them all to change their minds. The trouble is, with this solution, one's not so strong, but with two of us we can't go wrong. I'm talking to you. It's getting hot in here, but what can I do? So simple and I never know when. Trouble, I'm talking to you. It's getting hot in here, but what can I do?
That's fun. It definitely has kind of the funky sounds which have characterized a lot of their music I've heard up to this point. But also, again, like this kind of 80s, like synth rock sound. Indeed, I was keen on some of the melodic elements there, especially that like crystalline keyboard layer played very fast, and it wasn't the only part of the track played very fast. There was like a hi-hat or some, higher percussion like drum element that was like triple time or like quadruple time, and same thing with that super fast high, again, like crystalline sounding keyboard line. But overall, again, it had sort of like a synth funk feel to it. So yeah, in some ways reflective of what I've heard from them, also like a bit different than some of the other stuff. And yeah, like, in advance I didn't say this, but obviously Trouble, it can be referred to in sort of like a reified or personified way. Like Trouble is this entity, which again, like saying someone is trouble, like technically to say they are trouble is like, it's describing it like it's a noun, but it's also like, an adjective, like an attribute essentially. But here, like at first I thought he was saying like, trouble, it's coming for me, like a personified, like reified, it's been made into something, even though it's more of an abstract concept. But then it's like he's saying it's, for him and this other person I'm imagining to be a woman, and that like, it sounds like they can't get away from each other, but they're always like causing problems for each other, like, they essentially being together, having some connection, maybe having like a lover type of relationship. It's always trouble. So it's like, they can't quite stay away, but they can't really make it work together at the same time. And yeah, again, like he's saying like it's getting hot in here. You could read that different ways, but again, maybe it suggests like there is this allure, maybe even there's this passion, but he's also like very clear-eyed that like, this doesn't do any good for either of them. And it's like again and again, it's like, there's been cycles. They find themselves in this situation repeatedly, and no matter what, it's trouble. It's coming for him, it's coming for her, and it's, unavoidable. So yeah, it sounds like the uncertainty is clearly part of it. I mean, that I think that was referenced almost like directly, but also that like there is this inevitability that no matter how many times they try, or no matter how good or passionate it might be, it's still trouble. So that's what I took away from it. Let me know if I'm off base or if there's a piece I'm missing. But yeah, again, it's a cool tune, and it is very much in their style, even if aspects of it felt like, different from what we've heard before. So yes, I suppose that is a common feature among a lot of bands I react to, where like they do evolve. There are some different sounds over the course of various songs and ultimately albums over the years/decades, but there's always, or typically, there's still some hallmarks, still some features where it's like, it's unmistakably a tune from this band, and that's kind of what I got here. Like, it's their sound, but it's also not precisely what I've heard up to this point. So let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.